Hi, welcome back. So let's go to our next slide and let's start working with the registration of the competitors. Okay, we're gonna get two things we have to do in order to get our tournament running. The first thing is subscribing or registering our competitors to the system for a tournament, and the other thing will be register the competitors for a tournament event. And let me see if I can define this a little bit better. Uh, we first have to create the competitors in the competitors information area. This would only allow us to create the competitors on the system. A very important thing is this software works with you doing this information yourself, creating maybe a booth and saying, we have a pre-registration date. Everybody comes and you have this person sitting down and registering each competitor one by one. Coming up to them, making a line or whatever. This could be done that way. You could get all the competitors in that way, or they could send you like their lists by email. They send you their list of competitors, and then you take all these competitors and you just write them all in. That's one of the ways you could do all this. But we also have a service where it's called the WebKDS, which is what we do there is we allow you to get all your competitors for your event registered online. And when they register online, all we do is we allow them to register for your tournament. And let's say you say your registration is going to be like until 3 days or 4 days after your tournament starts. We could send you the database with the information of everybody that has registered up to the date that you stop registrations. And that way you don't have to do none of this. The system can do online registrations for you. It's a very simple process, but we'll be covering that in other videos. I just wanted to let you know that this is not like the only way to put all these competitors inside the system. But in reality, if your tournament is regional and you don't have internet access and you want to get your competitors in the system, one of the ways you will be having to use will be this one. Okay, you will be going to general information and you will be going to competitor information, and you will get this screen right here. Okay, once you get this screen right here, okay, you get a lot of information right here that you need to understand, which is we're going to go over a little bit quickly so you can have an idea of what you get here. It's a lot of very good information right here. Like for instance, the first thing you get is your search. Remember, if you wanted to search for somebody, you would use this search and you would just type the name in. I'll use Dario. And once you type the name in, you'll click search and boom, it'll go and look for the competitor. You click the tab button that is provided here, and this will take you to the first record. And yeah, there it goes, Dario. It found it right there. That's the name I was searching for. It found it quickly. It tells you that the name that it find has 75% of similarity to the name that I just wrote. And if you would have two Darios, it would have brought two Darios up. The good thing of this search is that if you're looking by the name, you will find it. But if you're also looking for the last name, Ortiz, and you click search, you get tapped, it will also look for the Ortizes. But look what happened now. It gave you 75%, 75%, 75%. So what it's saying is it found 4 people, 4 competitors that their last names were Ortiz. See, so all these persons were Ortizes. So now you will have to like read and see, okay, who exactly is the one that I was looking for. But even when the names are the same or last names, it still does the search and it allows you to find them within all the information of your database. That's very good and it's very helpful. But it doesn't only look when you use this type of search by the name. I can also say, you know what? I know he's from the CIC Zone Dojo. So what I can do here is type CIC Zone. Okay. And I click search, and look what it did. It showed me all the competitors there are from CIC Zone. See? Didn't went just to one because obviously I had a lot. But this is good because if you're looking for a competitor that you know is from this dojo, and this dojo only has certain amount of competitors, it will allow you to do the search by that competitor. Same thing you can do if you're looking for a competitor that is supposed to be elite and you only had 2 elites. You could type elite in here and it will search for the elites, and you got the idea. It's basically a good search, a powerful search, will allowing you to search by every criteria that is on the screen. Another thing you're going to see here is the total. This total gives you a total of competitors that you have registered on this system at the moment. So when you get to have 500, 600, 700 competitors, you'll be seeing those numbers here, so you can know how many competitors you have on the system at that moment. You also get another powerful, very powerful search under here. This is a query, and it will allow you to search and create search and save search for different competitors. Like for example, if I'm looking for a competitor full name and I want to find that starts with, begins with, I want to look in the full name column, a competitor that begins with, beginning with, for example, let me look for somebody here so I don't use the same name again because it's already in the top. So let's use Sonia, for example. I'll type Sonia. Sony. I'll just type those 3 letters right there. And then I click apply, and it'll only bring me on screen that person. And you might say, well, yeah, I can see me using that, and I can also see me saving it, because if you click save as, it'll allow you to save that search you just did, that query, so that you can repeat it in the future. But I can do something better. Let's change the search so that instead of saying that it's going to search by full name, we're going to tell him to search by dojo. And you see where I'm going with this now, right? If I type here the dojo CIC zones and I click apply, it'll only bring me all the dojos, all the competitors from the dojo CIC zone. It's no other competitor in this list from any other school. And this will make sense to me to save it, and I will probably save it as a query. I will say save query as CIC zone. And now I click OK. Now what would happen is I would have saved this search. So I'll close everything. I'll reopen my competitors area. Everything reset it, right? Everything went to reset. There's nothing there. But if I go to load, I'll get the query I created before, the CIC zone one, right? I already have some demos here that I created before, but this is the one I just created. When I click select, I already made my query to show only the CIC zone competitors dojo. And this is very powerful because you can have here, like for example, show me all the elites, show me all the advanced, show me all the 10 years old, all the 20 years old. You can have a bunch of queries in there in that list saved, so that when you're in the tournament and you're looking for people or for a group of people, you could quickly sort them and know what are they, where are they, and you could quickly find them. This is a very powerful QWERTY area. And here you click reset, and that would just let you see all the competitors. And so you can see, if you go here now, you see now it's not only CIC Zone, now it's everybody. It's different dojos, Teki Dojo, Reshinkan Dojo, Budo Dojo. It's different dojos now, and that's a very powerful thing when you're looking for competitors. Another thing you will find here is when you go to the second tab, this second tab, which is the sort tab by name. This tab would allow us just to search by columns, and we'll be able to search by the name column alone. So let's do something. If I type here, for instance, a name like Jose, you see Jose is down here. If I type Jose and I click in the keyboard, the tab, it automatically brings me to that competitor. So it will search for that name in the column name, specifically by the name that I type in there. And not necessarily does it has to be the exact name. We could have just typed, like, for instance, the first 3 letters, for example, from here, PED. If I would have typed PED, and I would have clicked tab, it would have just got me there too, you see? So it'll get you the information from that column based on the name of that competitor. But then we could do the same thing by last name, you see, on this column. Now he will look for the last names. And a good thing is, when you search by last name, for example, Ortiz, it will show you, when you click the tab on your keyboard, all the Ortizes. You see all the Ortizes all together. See right there. So you get to see all the Ortizes right there. And that's with this search. Then you get this search, which is the dojo search. Really powerful search, because this search works in conjunction with the totals. So if I go here and I say, I want to know how many competitors did the dojo Teki brought me. Maybe, maybe we want to know, so that I know how much students did this sensei brought to my tournament. When I click select, it will show me the competitors he brought, and it'll give me a total. He brought 5 students for this event, or at least he has 5 students registered on my system for this event in my system. I want to clarify that, not for the event, because these are not competitors that are registered for the X or Y tournament that is coming up. These are students that are registered on the system, so that when the tournament comes, all you have to do is just pick them and register them. So let's go for another step. You could go for sort, just to sort them by country. You could go to sort them by age. You could go and sort them by category. So like, if for instance, I wouldn't want to do, like, for example, here, if I wanted to search these students by the age of 12 years old, male, if I would have picked this category and I had students registered to compete in that age, it would show it to me on the list. Like, for example, let's pick this one and we click select. And yes, great, exactly. We do have students of that age. We have all these students, 8 students as a total. There are in that age that could be able to compete in those categories. So this is a very powerful search in categories. So if I want to know how many students are available for certain category, somebody calls, says, I want to go to a tournament, but I want to know if you have adults within the age of 35 and 45 before I go. You will be able to do that, because the search will allow you to do that. Then you got another sort, which is a sort by gender. If you want to know all the males and all the females, it will sort you by that too. So that would have to do with everything that is within the cert area of this area of the program. Now we're going to work on how we do the data entry of this competitor. So let's work on that now. Okay, here we will go to start creating our competitors. Okay, so in this case, I just picked one from the list so that we don't have to enter all the information. One of the benefits of using the fake data that we provide. So we go here, and the first thing you're going to get is the name of the competitor. Okay, here you will get the last name of the competitor. This will be the state or the city that he's representing. This is not the city of his address. This is the city he will be representing when he's fighting. Then you get the dojo information, which you pick it from the list. You could get the dojo, and it will just display quickly here the information of the dojo. This will be the country he's representing. Remember, country, sometimes a competitor represents a city because it's a regional. Sometimes it's a international event, and then he represents the country. You will put this information because it will show on his scoreboard when he's competing. Then you get the belt, is the rank. What belt is he? Is a black belt, yellow belt, purple belt? You will get the rank there. The weight of the competitor. You will get the height of the competitor. You will get the age of the competitor. And then you get the sex, if it's the gender of that competitor. And once you created this information here, it will create you the full name here. This does it automatically, and it also displays it so you can have an idea of how it's going to look, your competitor name on the scoreboard. So here's where you will make sure that it looks the way you want it to be seen on the scoreboard. Then you pick what type of competitor is he? Is it an advanced? Is it intermediate? Is it an elite? Just pick whatever it is. Then you got the age of the competitor, but you're not gonna pick an age. You're gonna look for the categories you created before. And here you will get the different categories. These are the complex ones that have everything in just one, or you could just simply pick the simple category, which is whatever age, adult, whatever age, junior, whatever, and you just pick it, click select, and it'll just display it right here. This will be the address of the competitor right here. Then here you will get the phone number of the competitor. And here you will get the parent name of the competitor. You will want to have that because that information will appear on the waiver for the event, so that when the parent signs the waiver, his name would automatically come print out on the form. And here's the phone number of that parent. This is the day of birth of the competitor. Very important, because will allow you to know if the competitor is really the age he's alleging he is. Then here you got the website, if the competitor is a pretty famous competitor, or he has a website. You could just have that competitor's website right there. If it's a Facebook, you can also have his Facebook there. And any additional information, like he has any certain conditions or any information very prudent to have of that competitor, could be here in this area. And then you go for the pictures area. You see, this area allows you to put a picture of the competitor that will be displayed eventually on his ID. So for example, you go here, you click browse, and it will allow you to see all the different pictures that are available on your database. You see? So once you pick the competitor you want to have the picture displayed, you click here where it says choice picture. Choose your picture. So you click it here. Okay, I'll go here, and you click it, and your picture will be displayed right there. Then you say okay, and should be able to go back and see, and your picture should be there. Everything, information should be there, and you click OK. And that's the way you will be creating your competitor. That's to create a competitor. Now, on our next slide, we're going to be working on registering a competitor for a event. That's a different thing that subscribing your competitor to the event. Signing it in is one thing, and then the other thing is registering for a event specifically. Okay, so we'll be covering that in the next video. As always, if you have any questions or anything you need to clarify, contact us by email, and we'll be gladly willing to help you. Okay, thank you.